what you think, but do you feel like sleep is getting to a point where it's becoming more of a luxury than a way of life, like how it's designed to be? Like you need to sleep to boost your energy for your body to regain the energy that it needs to repair something that it needs to repair, so that you can start over your day with a bang, with a new self. So I don't know about you, but today I want to give you some few tips that I'm putting close to myself so that I can be able to have enough sleep, because sleep is really, really important. Have you ever heard about a word called burnout or fatigue? Do you know the cure to this is rest? Rest, and resting includes sleeping. So hey, welcome to another episode of Life is an Art podcast. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Maggie, and welcome. If you're new here, I am so glad that you came through. Thank you. I appreciate you. So, let's talk about sleep. I know when adulting, sleep can become such a luxury because you want to catch up with your friends, you want to catch up with the latest news on social media, you also want to catch up with a movie, a series, but you still have crazy work hours and you still need to create time for sleep. So, what happened is you fit all these things together in this 24-hour day, work an 8 hour or 12-hour job, like for me in that case, and then you still want to have 8 hours of good sleep. Not gonna happen. Or you get insomnia where you're not able to sleep at all. How do you help yourself? So I'm going to share with you a few tips that have been quite helpful to me. This is going to be just a short, precise, sweet podcast about sleep. So I'm gonna tell you a short story of how I really neglected myself. And so there's this one day, once upon a time in my life, I was doing an internship. At the same time, I had two jobs. So I was doing an internship and also balancing between the two jobs. So I would go for a few hours for the internship, run away, go to work, come out of work, go to the internship, then go to the other job. So I really had no time to rest. And for me, this was so fancy to tell people, like, I have two jobs, I'm an internship, I've got my life all together. It feels like you have your life put together. It seems like you have it figured out. But to be honest, that's not fancy. But I learned about that way later in my life. So I enter into a matatu, like a public means of transport, and I crashed. I crashed. I just slept. Immediately I got there, just like I was drunk, sleepy. I slept. So the mat went to it passed my home destination, went up to the end, like that's from town to my place to home, it's 8 kilometers, 7 to 8 kilometers. But now imagine going 22 kilometers and another 11, and me not feeling anything, and the conductor had to come and notice that this is the same person I was with in town, and he woke me up, and I woke up, I was startled, and I was like, where am I? Why am I not home? I realized I slept a trip. There, people got off the bus, everyone, and then new people came in who were going back to town. And in that moment, I lighted the mat and went to the house. I showered, and I went and I slept again. This time I slept through my work hours. I slept through my internship. I did a 14-hour solid sleep, and I'm not kidding you. It was like I was dead asleep. And that's what happened when you do not prioritize sleep in your life. If you do not prioritize sleep in your life, that's exactly what happens. And some of the tips that can help you: one, very simple, prioritize sleep. Have a sleeping schedule. Like, I have to be at bed by 10:30. I have a friend that I shout out to you, Lucy. So Lucy is one of those chicks that got her life as in figured out. Like she knows her life and she doesn't want anyone messing around with her schedules or her timings or her plans for the day, regardless of whether you're friends or not. So we go to her place for a sleepover, and she was so she was so strict about her timings, because as we like, hey, we want to catch up, friends from campus, we haven't seen each other for a while. But for her, she's like, okay, I sleep at 10:30, and she wants to go to sleep at 10:30. So we can't have the typical sleepover where you have stories to around 2 and then you sleep and everything. She was up and she had a meeting at around, I think, 2, and by 2 she was so ready and she was like, you guys need to go, because that's how prioritizing means. You need to make sure that you can't have time for everything. That's something that we also need to put in mind. But you can prioritize. You know, you can say, Monday I'm going to do A, B, C, D. Tuesday I'm going to do D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. And sleep should be one of those things. So you need to make sure that everything aligns to a point that you're able to sleep. So my next point is, if for me, I work a 7 to 7 kind of a job, and by I get to home around 8:30 there. Because of traffic, maybe I got off a bit late, maybe at 7:30. Like yesterday, I got at home at 8:30 because I left work at 7:40. So everything, if I know I'm gonna get late from work, I need to cook the previous day so that I find food ready, so that when I come to the house, I shower, I eat, and by 10:30 or 10, I'm ready for bed. Another thing, now that's planning. You need to like actively plan for your sleeping time, because a small mix up like this is gonna cost you in the morning. Trust me, the alarm is gonna, and you're gonna snooze it like 10 times because you did not prioritize on your sleep. So, and then you're gonna go to work, you're tired, you eat at 2, you feel like you're going to sleep, and there's this kind of night sleep that normally comes in the afternoon, but you have to work, because sleeping at work makes people feel like you're lazy. They do not understand that um sleeping catch sleep sleep or sleeping sleep sleep catches up with you. Sorry, it catches up with you eventually. You run away from it. Just go sleep 4 hours, sleep 6 hours, rave about it to people, and talk how you just sleep for 6 hours. 6 hours sleep is not healthy, and I had to learn about that because I was that person who could rave about sleeping at 6 hours, and I was like, by 6 hours I'm up. Yes, it was true. By 6 hours I was up because I trained my brain to be up by 6 hours. But this was costing me, and I didn't realize, because lack of sleep causes you to have low energy, low productivity, low, like everything is in your loads. Your body is not having enough time to repair itself, so even you're susceptible to diseases and other mental health diseases, because like a constant lack of sleep, a constant lack of enough hours of sleep may lead you to have a constant lack of sleep for many hours. Wait, have you ever gotten into bed and you sleep 4 hours later because you do not have sleep? You've done everything. You've not taken caffeine an hour before you go to bed, or 2 hours. You have not um you've switched off your phone, you've put on some rain music, some soothing music out there, but you still don't get to sleep, because sleeping is like, you have to train your brain. It's like training a dog. You have to train it, and the moment you do something regularly, that's how you're training your brain to, like, I know right now you could be the person that sleeps at 12 or 12:30 or at 2. Trust me, I get it. But you want to now start sleeping at 10:30. It's not going to happen on the first night. So here are some of the tricks that if you're trying to refix your sleeping schedule, you should do. Like I said earlier, don't take caffeine. Caffeine is in cocoa, tea, or coffee. So avoid the two. Take milk. Milk really helps with the sleep. There's a science behind that. Go look at it. Take milk. Take a nice, hot, warm showers. Wear some clean, warm pajamas. Make sure your bed is clean and fresh. You know, have like a warm uh, a warm duvet set or something, like a warm blanket inside, so that it warms up quite faster. If you have a water bottle that has water, you can put hot water and then place it in the bed for a few hours before you sleep, or you can turn on the heater in your bedroom. And then, yeah, it's a lot of work, but your body will thank you. Your productivity will skyrocket. And then you move from and then now you switch off your phone, or don't switch off your phone, just get off social media, put some meditation. There's so many meditation apps out there to help with sleep. Or another thing, you can just put some rain music. How many of you, when you were young, okay, we used to live in a roofed aluminum roofed mabati, and when the rain came, you could just go and snuggle in bed really fast, and it would really suit you, and you'll go to sleep very easily. So now at this point, put some rain music, some really low tone kind of music, but I like the rain, the sound of nature. Put it somewhere under your pillow or just beside your bed. Close your eyes and just think about nothing. Don't think about your work tomorrow. Okay, and please make sure that you have put everything in order for work, so that in the morning you don't have to go to just undo that sleep all over again. Set your alarm, put some rain music, and change your warm bed. Remove the water bottle, switch off the heater, and then just allow your body to do its thing. Allow it to do its thing. Who knew that after you got bathed, you would latch onto your mom's nipple and suck the milk? So our body knows what to do. We just force it in the wrong direction, and it's like, oh, you did that, so it slaps you in a very hard way. So you become unproductive. You become this sleepy person. You have red eyes. People think you're using drugs. So please prioritize on sleep. And if there's anything else that I haven't mentioned about sleep, I will be talking about it in my next podcast in more detail. So today was just a fun little chat about sleep. Sleep is important. Get up to at least 8 hours of sleep. If it's impossible, just try and fix in 7.5 hours of sleep. Prioritize on days that you rest and sleep in. It's important. But just know that whatever you do, your brain registers. And if yesterday you slept at 12, don't expect today you're gonna sleep at 12 at 8, because your body functions differently. Prioritize on sleep. Sleep is important. Sleep is a way of adulting. Then if you prioritize on it, it may not become a luxury after all. It becomes a way of life. Have you ever seen that meme of me telling people oh my god, I have so many things to do, I can't come for the party, but so many things to do, it's just you resting in the house. It can be you. Thank you so much for listening to our podcast. I hope you enjoyed and learned something from it as well, and make sure you share this with a friend you think they really need to prioritize about sleep. And I'll see you on the next podcast. Thank you so much. Remember, I am now taking donations on PayPal. Someone told me about it, and I was like, ah. But anyway, it's there. So if you feel like dropping in a coin, a penny, or my PayPal, my email address will be down below. So feel free. Thank you so much for joining me. I am happy that you came through, and I'll see you next time. Remember, your life is an art.